Hey there. Sorry to wander off with some holiday tunes and something kind of culled from Sandy's lesson this week. Speaking of Sandy, wait, it's we're getting close to Christmas. December 16th, I think, right? Yeah, Friday the 16th. Not an unlucky day. And just have a few things I want to talk about today. I might just play a little bit more. I'm kind of in a man just make up stuff mode. Partly because of because of a couple things. Speaking of Sandy, I want to thank Sandy for coming into her lesson yesterday with this very cool snow globe, kind of reminiscent of a place she spent time as a child. Germany. Famous, and of course it plays a tune. I think there won't be any way to stop it once I wind it up. But from one of my favorite people, Sandy. And yours too, I'm sure. Everybody's been following Sandy's lessons, I hope, and getting a little bit out of our Bob Dylan extravaganza. I gotta tell you, hopefully you'll see this next week. And I hope I recorded it. I wasn't sure. Something was a little glitchy with things. But she came in this week, just yesterday, and we took it a step further. And I'd assigned her a few weeks ago. This is our whole Fly on the Wall series that I'm talking about now. I'd assigned her to come back with her own arrangement. And she came in feeling like it was a piece of junk. And she played through it. She didn't quite have it down yet. And so she wasn't really hearing how it all went together. And, well, now without giving too much away, I'm just going to give it all away, I guess. I ended up playing what she had on the page, and a big smile came to her face. It was pretty cool. Next week, I hope. If I recorded it. If not, we're all, well, never mind. What else did we have this week? I want to thank Max again for coming up with a cool tune. These last two songs we had of Max's are both songs I had been meaning to get to for years, and I really want to thank him for taking those off my plate. Lay Down Sally, and of course last week we looked at Stevie Ray Vaughan's Pride and Joy, so I really appreciate having Max around. Like Vanessa, man, she puts out songs that make my life easier because they're just songs that I don't really want to tackle. Last time we had, well, a couple Bee Gees tunes, of course, from last week. We have delayed this week's song till next week, so we might see two. Although as we get in here closer to the holidays, things wind down a little bit. But I was about to talk about, before I got distracted by the Tannenbaum, which actually has nothing to do with Christmas. Those of you, so I could be mistaken about this, but those of you who speak German know that the term Tannenbaum really only refers to the tree. I believe a fir tree, but which of course became a symbol for Christmas stuff. Oh well. Anyway, I was going to talk about the last couple lessons I've been doing, and the next few. I'm glad to see Gene jumped on the idea of messing with Coventry Carol, because I should have had this handy, but a little pamphlet, I don't know, like a 30 or 40 page book that my old guitar teacher, Bill Monday, sent me many years ago, before he died about 15 years ago, maybe even more. And it's all about how to figure out the chords to a song if you can find the melody notes. And he says pretty soon you won't even need this book. As a matter of fact, go give it to somebody else because you'll understand the system. And I kept meaning to put together a series of lessons on this, thanks to Bill. And then finally started the first one, Coventry Carol. So I hope people are trying it and getting a little bit of it under control, because it's it do what you want. It could sound really weird. It couldn't sound that weird, but you never know. That would be the jazzy version. Okay, so that's it kind of for the new stuff. We did have, Jamila wanted me to mention, we do have a new package out, a James Blunt package of five tunes, most of which were done by Vanessa, but you can follow the link and check that out if you're, like many people, inclined to work on binge lessons. Oh, I got hooked on a binge. I can't tell you the show. Never mind. Been watching a little bit of a bingey show, so. And let's see, what else? Oh, some cool things on the forum. Ted, fabulous job with went a little bit like that. Probably not, actually didn't go anything like that. But kind of neat to see somebody tackling Doug's Dadgad arrangements of songs. I hope a lot of you have Doug's Dadgad Christmas book out there. I think I even took a couple songs. Well, I should research this stuff before I just talk about it. But I'm pretty sure I did a couple lessons. Oh yeah, All Through the Night. And there was another one. I Saw Three Ships. The Brain is Clearing. I think I did a couple lessons on those two tunes in our Christmas area that were based on Doug's arrangements. May have been exactly Doug's arrangements. I can't remember. Have to go back and watch them and see what I said about it. So, a couple other kind of cool things going on the forum. The discussion about baritone guitars, really interesting. Kind of, right on the money as far as fabulous for certain things, maybe for just a small amount of things, and whether that justifies having one. The Pat Metheny's albums. If you haven't heard his version, I should just put a link in here to this. Look it up. He did a really cool version of Ferry Cross the Mersey on One Quiet Night, I believe, one of his two baritone albums with the middle strings tuned an octave higher, and it's stunning. He even played Last Train. Oh. That I had an acoustic snapshot of this shot right out there out on the street a few years ago. Should keep that one in good shape. I'm losing a lot of tunes. I think a few weeks ago I played the David Quayle song. Anybody remember that? I might have even mentioned it. Might have been just a mystery tune. But it wasn't. It was 2 to 3 months ago, I think. Drop D tuning, and what else was going on at that time? I was working on this one. I discovered something in This Blues Land. I had a student here yesterday, Wednesday. It's a really, really hard lick coming up. And as Larry and I were talking about it, he said, is there any way that you could rearrange that to make it like playable? I said, well, let me think about it. And he pointed out that some of the people that play it with a thumb pick and do a reverse drag in there. And I thought, oh, wait a minute, maybe we can do this. Oh, that's the best I ever played it with the new idea. Or you could drag with your finger. Much easier, even sounds way better than what I was trying to do. I over-engineered it and made it a 10. And my goal in life is there are no 10s. We will never have a 10. And that one was getting close. Anyway, okay, enough diverting into that. What else? There was one other cool thing going on. I like the thread. I think who started this? Dennis. The gizmos thing, and I love Lynn's answer about a self-inking chord stamp, because you'd think I'd have like everything floating around here. And in the old days, I would always have a pad of like tablature paper, 6-line stuff here, sitting nearby, and I'd rip off a page. And of course, now I have Guitar Pro just like right over here when I'm doing a lesson. And so when I decide I just want to do something really quick and sketch out something, I grab the only thing I have, which is normal staff paper, and I take the time to like draw a separate line on it. I think, man, I should just print up. This would take all of about 2 minutes to print up 50 pages of just tablature paper. Well, anyway, sometimes planning is not, as we've been accused a lot in my side of the Hogan family. Planning is not our family's forte. Okay. Let's see. I think I have to get out of here. What else is new in the Christmas world? Oh, because it may not be back next week. It'd be Christmas Eve, I guess, or Eve squared, as we may think about it. And that Friday night, I'll try to come back sometime over the holidays and maybe come up with some entertaining stuff. I should do some new Christmas tunes. What are ones I have never played? Decide which ending to do. That was I was trying to think, okay, I should maybe just end it. The dilemma of, should I play the whole song or should I just get out of here? I know I'm taking up too much of your time. Oh, I did have one more thing to talk about. Speaking of silly songs that have pedal points in there. Part of the reason Coventry Carol came along is I've got a couple of students right now working on doing their own arrangements of things, where all we're trying to do is take the melody to a song and piece it together with the bass. Larry Barron, is working on this. What we're trying to do with that is just keep the bass part going and play the melody. Great chords those guys put together. Anyway, so since a few of my students, one's working on green sleeves, I hope everybody has a fun week and nice little vacation. For those of you that are getting vacations, teachers and students particularly, I know this is a great time of year for them. And thanks for all the well wishes too. Nani, as many of you know, my wife, some of you might know, she's been recovering from hip surgery and doing fine. And so that's it. Thanks for the support and the cards and letters and candy and snow globes and everything else. And hope everybody has a good holiday season, in case I don't check in again till afterwards.